Morning, gentlemen of the press. As you are witnessing today, I've called all my officers throughout the command. My deputies are here, the area commanders are here, the squadron commanders are here, and all the DPOs across Lagos State. We had a meeting with the Inspector General of Police on the 23rd of September 2025, precisely on Tuesday this week, where he directed us that we should go back to our command and ensure that we lecture our personnel on everything he has lectured us in Abuja, part of which is to ensure that we respect human dignity and human rights of every citizen, where we carry out our responsibilities such as crime prevention and control in the area of stop and search, in the area of preventing crimes, and another area of detecting crime, that we do it with human face. We shouldn't subject Nigerians to untold hardships in the process of carrying out our responsibility. Our personnel have equally been lectured and equally warned to ensure that they don't subject the youth mostly to the issue of bring out your phone, let us search your phone, where there's a report of an incident that have to do with crime. We have the responsibility to investigate all aspects of the matter, but stopping people on the road and asking them to open their phone is prohibited. But where there's a course of investigation leading to getting out some certain facts from those phones, we have responsibility to do so at the level of investigation at the police station and not necessarily on the road, except if we have a prompt complaint that a phone has been stolen and the policeman is called into it. Immediately we can act. This is equally very clear in our responsibility under the Criminal Proceeding Act in the country. If an offense is committed in our presence, we have responsibility to apprehend the offender, and we don't need to wait for a warrant for such an offender to be apprehended. Where we know that if somebody committed an offense and is going to take to flight after committing an offense, then we have responsibility to arrest such an offender. Where somebody is in preparation to commit crime, we equally have the responsibility to apprehend such a person. We won't wait for him to commit such crime and cause mayhem on other Nigerians before we take action on it. So our officers in Lagos State Police Command, we are doing our best to ensure that we operate within this rule of procedures as directed by the Inspector General of Police, but he has further directed that we should still lecture them to ensure that this incident of searching of phone of unsuspecting members of the public, to be calling their names, are clearly removed from the minds and in the action of our police personnel. We have equally lectured them on the need to know that every person apprehended or arrested for one offense or the other equally have right and responsibility that is expected of them under the law, and we allow them this right. We are equally going to talk about quite a number of achievements that we have recorded in crime fighting and prevention in Lagos State. On my resumption of duty, we've introduced a new measures of crime prevention and control in the state, which are yielding positive results. Of recent, there's an incident of a shooting which was captured on CCTV camera of somebody who is a bystander in broad daylight. We have apprehended that suspect and is undergoing investigation. If you allow me to cut off a little bit so that I can read out the names of the suspects. Have you cut off? We apprehended on the 19th of this month. There's a suspect called Samuel John, who was caught on CCTV shooting at an individual in the process of robbing and taking possession of a gold necklace. The gold necklace worth millions of naira. He was apprehended through intelligent-led investigative processes. He was trailed down to a area of Lagos where he was rounded up. He was apprehended, and during course of investigation, he admitted to committing the crime, and equally told us he sold the necklace for 4 million naira. He's equally assisting us further to the arrest of other suspects that are involved in the crime. Investigation to this crime will be concluded, and he will be prosecuted along with others who are involved with him. We equally have a major breakthrough in the area of people that used to go around to vandalize vehicles. These are gang of thieves that will move from estate to estate to present themselves as security personnel of security agencies. They use a modified jack of a Mercedes-Benz vehicle to present it as a rifle and to let people know that there are investigation activities in such an estate. Once they allow entrance into such estate, they go into vehicles, mostly Toyota branded vehicles such as Toyota Hilux, the Lexus GS 460, another light vehicle, remove the brain box, remove electronic devices, and remove a lot of components from such vehicle. We've been able to arrest the leader of the team, of the gang, and equally additional 3 other suspects have been arrested along with him. They are all currently in our custody, and we are going to prosecute them on completion of investigation. But I want to use this opportunity to send a note of warning to estate management and security heads in most of the estate. If anybody comes to your estate under the guise of being a security personnel of any organization, they must have informed the divisional police officer of such an area. So it is for you to find out from the DPO if such security personnel have documented in those areas before you allow them access. Where it is not clear to you, you call the DPO, who, if available on duty, will quickly dash there to clear them. If not, the DPO will delegate an officer who is on duty to come there to come and clear them. So we don't want people to get apprehension, especially when people come around and say they are police personnel. They should have means of identification, which will have to do with their ID card and equally a letter of investigation activities that will accompany their operation. So estate owner should ensure that they check on this and doesn't allow the gang, like I've mentioned, to terrorize them. And to the division level, to the outposts, and even at the command headquarters, including all officers and men that will be involved in this enforcement, that this enforcement should not be used as a means of extortion against the members of the public. Portals are there online, which the addresses have been made public for several months now for people to apply it. And once they apply online, they come to the command headquarters and other police formation for capturing. Members of the public should resist any temptation or any pressure from anybody to pay money, whether within the police or outside the police, on the road for tinted glass permit. It is an online application they go through and they come for capturing in the police formation. They have been lectured and they have been warned, and nothing is expected of us than the best. The IGP once again directed that we should emphasize this to all personnel of this Lagos State Police Command, and this what I've done today. So you are going to see a new brand of behavior in respect of the tinted glass permit enforcement. Where there's any infraction or where it is noticed that any officer of whatsoever rank is asking for money before, during, or after asking you for permit, promptly report through our F line or through the CRU, which the email address will equally be made available to you by the public relation officer. You can equally call my phone line like I mentioned earlier on. You can call me on 080-3256-9029. If there's anywhere throughout Lagos State that anybody have asked you on the road to bring money because you've not gotten the tinted glass permit, apply online and ensure that you come for capturing at the police formation designated for the capturing of people who are applying for the permit. So nobody will ask you for any money. Where they ask you, you report to us, because it is prohibited and forbidden. And such an officer will be made to face the wrath of the law. There are disciplinary processes and procedure in the force which will be applied on such an officer. Thank you and God bless. Is currently in detention at the State CID Panchi. An investigation is being rounded up into the case reported against him, and he will be prosecuted. We want people to not to start tagging any association or any union or any offices to criminal activities. It is not done. Such an individual committed that act by himself and is going to be prosecuted on that. The name you have mentioned is known to every Nigerian, but is not associated with action like this. So we are investigating the Samsudeen Oladiti for the act of murder that he has committed, and for all other violent crime that he has committed within the Lagos island. So, and it's strictly restricted to the suspect, because crime mostly are personal things. There's no any organization, whether a transport union or an association of anywhere, that encourages such an action. And we know very well that the organization that we have mentioned doesn't condone such an activities. Thank you. Yes. Any other question?